Welcome, Initiates. This is Nathan. And I wanted to take a moment to be a little bit vulnerable and demonstrate how you can record yourself, guiding yourself through a trance work journey. Most often, when we talk about going through a guided journey, we're talking about guiding someone else or being guided by someone else, but that's not always possible or even desirable. Sometimes we need to have some space alone to do these things. We need to be able to explore our own subconscious minds, our own Akashic experience, so that we can really see what's in there. Being able to experience and express these things out loud is a really important part of the trance work experience. When things are just in your mind, they can go this way or that way, but when we express these things out loud, when we channel them through, then we collapse them into a single point of possibility, a single reality, and that allows us to look back later at what we experienced and make some sense of the experience, rather than just trying to remember or write down what happened afterwards. So, like I said, I'm going to be doing this myself. So, get a chance to see what's going on inside of my mind, in my astral space. It's a little bit vulnerable, but I always encourage open, authentic vulnerability as a trance worker. So, I may as well set an example, right? So the way this works is I'm just going to breathe myself into a deep trance state. I'm going to use a theta breath to bring myself into as deep a state as I can. If you recall, it's about 7 counts on the inhale and about 7 counts on the exhale. So let's begin. Just watch and learn. And to deepen this experience, I'll just tone a bit into my chest. I am now accessing my astral heart space. I am experiencing this place as a cottage. It's a simple structure with a thatched roof and just 3 rooms, a kitchen full of fresh vegetables, a large table. And there's a bedroom off to the side and a living room full of books that also serves as a library. It's a little bit cluttered, but it's how I like it. It's cozy and warm. And it smells like fresh vegetable stew, leeks, potatoes, garlic. I step into the other room and I can smell old books, smell of old leather. There's a chair there that I like to sit in. Right outside the kitchen window, there's a garden full of flowers and fresh vegetables, tomatoes and corn. There are creatures flying around in that garden. Bees and butterflies and even some fairies. You hear the birds singing outside. And the sun's coming in the windows. Such a nice, warm, cozy place. And as I rest back and breathe into this space, I can feel my heartbeat. I can feel my heart beating. Such a nice, relaxing feeling, the vibration of my heart. Such a comforting sound. And I can feel it delivering air and light to all of my cells, all of my body part, my entire light body. I feel so at peace in this place. It's just me here, right now. I'm just sitting back in my chair and relaxing. I feel so safe, so purely myself. I'm just going to breathe into the space for a moment and just feel the peace and relaxation here. My inner retreat, my inner home. And now I'm going to welcome in some guides. My grandmother comes, my maternal grandmother. She always comes as she was when she was very young. I think it was her favorite time to be alive. She was 19, 20, 19. She was 19. She was tough. She was smart. She's dressed like the 1930s. She has a 1930s haircut and she's smoking a cigarette with one of those old-fashioned cigarette holders. She's looking at me with this kind of concerned expression. And some animals are coming in. There's a giant bunny rabbit. I work with rabbit a lot. Looks almost like a cartoon rabbit. Kind of like Bugs Bunny, but not quite. A little bit more warm and cuddly and not quite so rascally. There are more guides coming in, more beings. A lot of cartoon characters come for me. I just love cartoons so much. Big part of my experience. Make me feel happy, help me connect with my inner child. I also bring in the Buddha, who's just kind of hovering there in a lotus position, shining that light down on all of us. Enlightenment. All of my guides feel so happy and secure and safe in this place. And we're all here together and I'm just spending time with them. We're all sitting at the table in the kitchen, having tea together. Yeah, it's a nice experience. All together here in my astral space. Now I think I'm going to go on a journey. I see that there's a door off to the side. I hadn't noticed it before. It's in old wooden door. The paint's kind of faded. It leads down to a basement. And a little bit of reluctance, trepidation when I see it, but I know that I'm safe here. My guides are with me, and I'm surrounded and protected by divine, unconditional love and compassion. I know that through this door there is a deeper place within my own psyche, my own consciousness, where I can go to explore to a deeper level. So I'm opening this door, and I see there are 10 steps leading down to a white light. And now I'm going to count down these steps. I'm counting down now. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm stepping through into a meadow. It's a beautiful place. There are bees and butterflies. Flower smells so fragrant. See the trees in the distance. You hear them creaking in the wind. And there's a pleasant breeze. The sky is clear and blue above. The sun is warm, not too hot. I see a path leading into the forest. I'm going to follow this path now. Following this path through the forest, such a nice, vibrant, living place full of all kinds of life, thriving, growing, green life. I feel so in tune, so connected, so grounded here. And as I move down this path, becoming more and more relaxed, more connected myself, I move through forest and arrive before a building. It's a large building. It's a castle, like an old medieval castle. It's massive. It's got some really interesting angles. Seems like a place where my ancestors would have lived back in Europe, maybe 1,000 years ago. This is the hall of my ancestors. It's not necessarily what I expected to come upon, but I open myself to possibilities. So this is what I'm seeing. There are 2 large men standing guard outside in armor. I'm going to approach them. I'm a little bit nervous at first, but I see that these are actually just empty suits of armor. There's no one inside, just for show. So I move into this castle. And inside there's some kind of festival going on, like an ancient medieval festival with tumblers and jugglers and food stands, merchants selling things, yelling, children running everywhere. Seems like a joyous occasion. I see very end of the courtyard, there are 2 people, a king and a queen. The king has very large, long blonde hair, and his beard is done in braids. And the woman is large too. She has braids also, and a blue gown They're both dressed in blue with diamonds and opals and all kinds of jewels. I feel a little intimidated by these beings, but I'm going to go before them and ask them what it is they want to show me. So I go before them and I kneel because I'm paying reverence to them. They are my ancestors. And everyone in the courtyard stops to stare at me. Silent now. The king stands up and he comes to me and he's handing me something. At first, I think it's a sword. But when I take it, I realize that it's not actually a sword. It's not actually a weapon. It's a pen. It's a pen. And I'm reminded of that old axiom, the pen is mightier than the sword. But I don't really know what to do with this yet. And now the queen, my other ancestor, is coming forward. She's giving me something else. She's showing me actually what she has in her arms is a child. She has a baby in her arms. Kind of a chunky baby. Looks maybe like how I looked or how my child looked. Very happy. Bouncing in her arms. Now they're telling me something. They're telling me that I'm here to write the story of this child because this child is me. That I'm continually writing my own story. I'm continually scribing my truth every moment. Every moment I'm rewriting the narrative of my ancestors, rewriting the story. And as I write this story, I'm also rewriting their story. I'm retelling their story and reframing it. I'm creating a new truth for all of us, for all of my ancestors and my descendants, my family. And I feel a sense of peace and joy and having this powerful, powerful mission, this powerful purpose in life to rewrite the story, to change the narrative, to move out of this old way of being into something new, something empowering. So I'll spend a moment here in this place, connecting with my ancestors. So joyful, so festive. You know, the old music, the old dances. They had a lot of sorrow. They had a lot of joy too, a lot of celebration, a lot of victory. Not victory just in war, but victory over all the things that challenged them, over the elements, over the seasons, over themselves. It wasn't always easy in that place, but they made it work and they found joy despite the tribulation, despite the trouble. And they're challenging now to always find joy, always find the spark of joy, no matter what the situation might be, no matter how hard things might be. Never forget the power of family, power of simple things. And now I'm going to leave them behind. I'm going to leave this place, remembering I can come back here anytime. I can always come back here. I'm going to leave this place now and go back down the path, back up the stairs, back to my heart space, where I feel a deep sense of gratitude, deep sense of joy for being able to offer this in this moment. And I thank all of my guides. And I thank myself. Now I bring my awareness back to my physical body. my physical space. So, as you can see, it's fairly simple. It's just allowing your imagination to take you there. Don't dwell too much on whether it's real or imaginary. Your imagination is your key. Remember, the astral bucket. Just creating a framework, a container, and allowing your mind to go where it goes. When you narrate it, when you speak it out loud, then you are channeling. You are following a channel, a pathway, one way or the other. So I hope this was useful and informative for you. I hope that it was at least amusing for you to see what's going on in my mind with my ancestors. So let me know if you want to see more things like this, if this was helpful for you. Thank you so much for watching. Deepest blessings. Until next time.